All right, it's very exciting. Well, thank you for joining us for this really festive evening. Thank you for joining us for this really festive evening. You are in for a real treat. You know, we do have several people that are recording this with video cameras, so one quick housekeeping, please make sure your phones are on silent. We wouldn't want to do anything to spoil those recordings. And we know we're pushing bedtime a little bit for little ones, so if you have a restless one, if you wouldn't mind stepping out in the lobby for just a few minutes until they settle down, that way we get that special recording that we can watch for years to come. So we are so excited about this evening. The students have been practicing and practicing and practicing, right? Quite a bit to make sure that they are ready for you, and it's really a joy. I tried not to watch all of it so I can be surprised too, but you're in for a special treat. I wanted to share a little information about the program. Mrs. Farrell is our music teacher extraordinaire. She, I want you to know, wrote this program. All the program, which is amazing. She writes all of the lines that the children say. Not only that, she takes songs, but then she changes the lyrics to go with our show. She really could be selling these shows and making a lot, I think. I think we have a really great role model in Mrs. Farrell, and we are so thrilled. We know she pushes them hard, but that's what we want. We want them really reaching their full potential. And then our 7th and 8th graders are going on tour next Friday. And they'll be going to convalescent homes and over to the district office. And I can say, having been at the district office, that is the day that everyone at the district office cherishes most in December. They love it when the Elkhorn students come by and do their caroling and playing their bells. So thank you. Sit back, relax, make sure that cell phones are quiet, and enjoy a lovely show.
Thank you. And how much we treasure Mrs. White as our principal. She just loves music and loves our children, and what a joy that we have her together with us at Elkhorn. It's just wonderful. Look at your program for just a minute. I'd like to give you a couple of musical notes, and then I won't talk all the way until the very end when I say good night. We're going to begin with our 6th graders this evening, which are a very musical group. They're just delightful. Those acts that you saw at the beginning, they did those all themselves, arranged them and practiced them themselves. Are very, very proud of their musicianship. They're going to show off a little bit in Jingle Bells and show it to you 3 different ways. We'll keep it a surprise a little bit. But in their mastery of ukulele, we've left the uke-friendly key of C and moved on to play Jingle Bells in F, which means they had to learn a very wicked B-flat chord and a G minor chord, and they've just done beautifully on it. So we're really proud of them. You're going to see a lot more of them this spring when we highlight them in the spring concert. After them, we'll have the middle school choir, a wonderful group. We got about 40 students in middle school choir this year. They turned out at 7:30 in the morning to sing. We're very proud of them on Tuesday and Thursday morning. And we do look forward to our tour on Friday. We've been going on tour ever since Elkhorn opened. We've never missed a year yet. We've got a little problem this year, middle school parents, because I figured out we have about seats for drivers to drive us on tour for about 20 kids. That leaves 20 left over. And last week we tried it today, and all 20 of them will not fit in the back of my old Honda. So middle school parents, we need some more drivers next Friday. Please let your student know and do the necessary paperwork with the office so you can join us in that fun celebration. 4th graders, where are you? 4th graders, great attitude kids. I wished for a 4th grade crop with great attitude, and they're workers. They're my choreography guinea pigs. So if I say, show me clap drop, and I show it to them, they jump right in, and they're very enthusiastic. And I'm very, very excited to have them on board with our Elkhorn music program. They're quite a joy. They not only learn to play bells for this concert, but they learned how to read the treble clef in order to do that. We used to save that for the spring for recorder, but now we're doing that with bells at Christmas time. So they're learning to read the treble clef and play along with it in their bell playing. You'll see that in our show. And speaking of the show, our 5th graders are highlighted in the Christmas show in Reindeer Gamers. And they always tell you when you're writing something, write about what you know. Well, I have a big problem because I'm writing a show about reindeer gamers and I've never played a video game. So I had to do some research and learn a little bit, ask some questions, which was interesting for me. But it was fun to write and actually customize the show for the students. I've done that for several years now. I customized the show for these ones last year and the 7th graders the year before, which is really fun because we get to showcase their personalities and their talents, which is a really, really interesting and exuberant thing to do when it clicks together. So they've worked very hard. Perhaps they've learned a little bit too. Am I right, 5th graders? Very good. So we hope, both choirs seem kind of serious, but we hope when it comes to showtime, you'll unbuckle your seatbelt a little bit and laugh along with us as we go up and watch some discord at the North Pole and perhaps laugh and learn a little bit about ourselves also. So I hope you'll truly enjoy this evening. We're going to begin with some group singing from everyone. Mr. Harrower, if we could have this mic up here, that'd be fantastic. Thank you very much.
The Only 7 days until Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to you, Santa. We have been busy refurbishing the sleigh for your magical fun on Christmas Eve. I have polished you up with the new Super Stardust and waxed the speed you're gliding through the air, Santa. It should reduce your travel time and help with those upper atmosphere winter effects. We have also added new spoilers in case of a polar gale at takeoff time.
Thank you so much.
But most importantly, we have tuned up every one of your bells, so that the sound of Christmas will flow through the air as you travel from roof to roof. And our Christmas caroling with ukuleles and bells are more cheerful than ever.
Oh, lovely. May I hear the ukuleles and bells with their elfin song?
Of course, Santa!
pad, and there are no reindeer to be seen anywhere.
With only 7 days left, they should be practicing at the reindeer games all day, every day. If the reindeer do not practice and have a slabby rooftop landing, well, that can spell disaster. Studies show that strategic repetition of takeoff and landing increases skill retention.
Okay, let's get this sleigh back to the workshop and go check on those reindeer. Oh wow, look at that! 212! High score! Yeah, 212 less penguins on the planet to waddle around and be killed. Hey, what are you reindeers doing? You're supposed to be out practicing at the reindeer games. Yeah, look at you. You're overweight and out of shape. And I bet your flying skills are rusty from sleeping through the reindeer games every morning. Change your plans on that. We're not pulling that sleigh thing this year.
What are you talking about? Christmas Eve is 7 days away. How will you land on the rooftops and deliver the gifts if you're not practicing takeoff and landing?
I just told you, we're not doing that flying reindeer thing anymore. We voted and decided if you want to deliver gifts to kids, then you can do it. Yeah, I want to do what I want to do.
How come you don't want to bring Christmas to children all over the world?
Yeah, well, if you haven't noticed, the big guy his bowl full of jelly is beyond supersized, and pulling him in those gifts is hard work.
I'm tired of getting stabbed by his antlers all the time.
Just because he can't stop.
Wait a second, those two towels are slick. It's not my fault. Besides, we have more important things to do.
Important? Important? What are you thinking?
Laying around here playing video games, eating junk food, and sleeping? That's your idea of important?
Hey, we actually designed this video game ourselves. Our work will change life on this planet.
Really? So how does your video game help the planet? We are eliminating penguins from the South Pole. Our game is called South Pole Penguin Pounding. Dun, dun, dun! Have you been hoarding sugar plums again?
I am putting you on the top of that naughty list. So look, if you think we are going to pull that sleigh thing this year, you're standing on cracked ice. Pulling magic sleigh, game over.
Our work is important.
This is how you're spending your time.
What are you thinking?
Sorry and you're lazy, you can slay around and dress. If you had to enough sense, slay, surely fuck with the test. No one knows what to build your muscles or your brain. knock penguins off my iceberg and capture them for his iceberg.
We raised a pile of penguins because the abominable snowman can appear at any minute and smash your icebergs, crushing all the penguins.
And the one who crushes the most penguins wins. Woohoo! High score! 225 dead penguins!
Yeah! But what about Christmas? Guys, how can we deliver gifts on Christmas Eve if you don't pull the sleigh?
All that bringing joy to girls and boys stuff is over. Because we are going down in history for dominating the South Pole and ridding it of penguins. We are hardcore reindeer gamers!
And you don't know what it's like out there. Last year there was ice on the roof in Minnesota and Donner slid down the roof and got hung in the gutters by his antlers.
And the year before that, Winston got twisted up in a satellite dish on a farmhouse in Iowa and almost lost his hoof. This is dangerous work.
Not to mention this annoying jingle bells, jingle bells.
Plus, I'm sick of carrots. That's all the kids leave us for a snack. Carrots, carrots. I hate carrots. I mean, how about a burger and fries?
Or better yet, a big old pile of candy!
Yeah!
Recent scientific studies show that reindeer who eat a diet high in fiber and vitamins live long and fly well.
And the children set out carrots for you because they care about you and want to leave you a healthy snack.
And healthy reindeer are happy reindeer.
Well, I don't know about that.
Just get those puppets to flat by and drop the newest video games down the chimney. That's all the kids want anyways.
The polar bears just lay around and eat fish. How about getting them to do some work?
So I know you sled dogs to pull the sled. They are always happy with all that slobbering and tail wagging. Why does it have to be reindeer?
And there are lots of humans who will love to deliver all those packages. Neither rain or snow or dark of night, the mail must go through.
Yeah, see those mail people? They made that vow. I never made that vow. Get those mail carriers to do it.
You know FedEx and UPS and DHL courier, the post office or sled dogs, but polar bears are furrier. Just give them a try, 'cause these reindeer ain't gonna fly. We are the reindeer gamers. Penguin pounding makes us strong. We are the reindeer gamers, taking selfies all day long. Smile, boys.
But what about Christmas?
You don't have to get rid of Christmas. Just figure out some other way to get those gifts down there. Because we're tired of being the delivery boys.
How about those Amazons? I hear they can make and deliver everything.
Really, this is the 21st century. You can just click, point, ship. Click, point, ship. Click, point, ship. Click, point, ship.
Yeah, click, point, ship, and you elves can take a break and do whatever it is that elves do for fun. Smile a lot and sing Christmas carols endlessly.
You don't have to do all this work anymore. You can let the Amazons do it.
One day or 2 day or overnight shipping. There's gift cards or credit cards to keep us from tripping. Okay, I have heard enough. I just can't believe you guys want to spend your lives as couch potatoes instead of helping Santa.
Helping Santa is a very hazardous job. Why don't you elves just get it that we want to be left alone and do what we do best? Eating, sleeping, and gaming.
Yeah, I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
And I want to stay right here eating gingerbread and beating him in South Pole Penguin Pound. How can you love video games more than bringing joy to girls and boys?
Maybe you have missed the point that we have invented our own video game.
Yeah, a game that kills penguins. I mean, what did a penguin ever do to you?
Well, every year when we deliver to the South Pole, we can see them down below. And they're just so little and
cranky waiting for their gifts. I can't stand it. Nothing that cute deserves presents.
Penguins are shorter than reindeer, waddling across the ice. We pound them and freeze them and hurt them and tease them, 'cause we're sick of their cute black and white. And reindeer love a good fight.
That's not really very nice. Nice? It must be nice. We are hardcore reindeer gamers.
Besides, it's just a game. You elves are always so serious.
But you are giving me things over and over and over again. And like anything you practice, you get good at it.
Santa says when we practice, we make perfect. And if you practice killing penguins, even if it isn't a video game, you'll be thinking about being mean to penguins instead of thinking of the joy of Christmas. And the more you focus on getting to the next level of penguin pounding, the more you want to act that way with those around you.
If you practice takeoff and landing with Santa's sleigh, you'll get good at them.
Take off and landing. Take off and landing. Why don't you take off and land somewhere else, like the South Pole?
See, if you practice being mean, you get good at it. And soon, you forget how to be kind. We elves build toys because we enjoy being kind. I mean, we could have our own reality show, Real Elves at the North Pole, and make money and be famous.
But toy making gives us the chance to use our unique talents to give and be kind to children.
Kind, kind, kind. What do you mean kind? Human kids aren't kind anymore.
So why should we be kind to them and bring them all these presents?
All human kids think about is what they're gonna get from their long Christmas list of gimme, gimme, gimme.
Actually, I just read one of Santa's letters the other day from a little girl named Katie. She said that she did not want anything for herself at Christmas, but only wanted Santa to bring warm blankets to a family who had lost their house in a fire and was now homeless.
And I read a letter from a boy named Mark who asked Santa to bring his mom some new shoes because he saw his mom's shoes had holes in them.
Oh, come on! Lighten up! Most humans are selfish and you know it.
So if we stop sharing the magic of Christmas, will we help them become more kind or more selfish?
Human kids aren't perfect, but they are learning to be kind and give to others.
Give, give, give. You are always talking about kindness and giving. Why don't you give me a break?
Give me one good reason why we should be kind to some dopey penguins in the South Pole or some snotty-nosed kids all over the world.
The reason is spreading kindness makes the world a better place.
And the Christmas magic that makes a sleigh fly is the magic of kindness. The magical feeling that makes you feel good.
If there's no spirit of kindness, there's no magic.
After you played South Pole penguin pounding, how much do you feel like being kind to everyone in the world? Do you realize how much more pleasure you would have by being friends with the creatures of the world than by smashing them to bits?
Try to remember what it feels like for someone to be kind to you. Because when you're kinder to others, you're kinder to yourself. And that's how being kind makes your life better.
Try to remember that wonderful feeling that you have after you played penguins all night long and you ride back to the North Pole on Christmas morning. You feel so good about yourself and you are happier.
I feel exhausted.
Sure you are tired, because you have worked hard.
And anything that is worth doing is hard.
But I want to get to level 5 of South Pole penguin pounding. What difference does it make to the world if we play video games all day and just click, point, ship those gifts?
Christmas magic blooms from creatures like you learn to be kind.
Which might be a new experience.
And give of himself at Christmas.
And in that kindness, you see that you can bring joy to someone. And that makes a difference in the world.
And as Santa's reindeer, only you get to give this gift and really make a difference in the journey.
Yeah, remembering that feeling makes me want to give some kindness to others.
Ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Yes, happy lives come from connecting with others, and when someone is kind to us, we become deeply connected.
Kindness is like the rings that connect Santa to his reindeer.
I wonder if you have forgotten how important you are to our world.
Believe this, your negativity towards penguins darkens the world, but your kindness pulling Santa's sleigh brightens it.
Which makes the ones who receive kindness want to give to others. And the kindness from the Christmas season of giving can bloom throughout the year.
We are sorry we have only been thinking of ourselves and picking on penguins.
We need to get up and start getting in shape to bring Christmas magic to the world.
Let's get on the treadmill and hit those weights!
We need to reduce our carbs and increase our vegetable intake.
Hey guys, I think I can revamp our game to build icebergs that protect penguins from the abominable snowman.
And Santa, we would be happy to lead your sleigh around the world on Christmas Eve, if you will have us.
Of course, there wouldn't be any Christmas magic without you.
Tick-tock, time for take-up and landing practice. 6 days, 14 hours, and 12 minutes till we need all reindeer magic on Christmas Eve.
Well, right now we need to finish our toy making and get busy packing this sleigh because Santa Claus is on his way.
Merry Christmas to us all.
Merry Christmas!
On his way, he's filling up his magic sleigh. He's carrying up a lot of toys to give away to girls and boys. Santa Claus is meant to go. He's dressed in red from head to toe. He's leaving soon, so he can be arriving here for you and me. Santa Claus is on his way.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for supporting your children in our music program. Aren't they wonderful? has got to go back to Elkhorn tomorrow morning. So perhaps you weren't able to help us bring things here, but you could take some things home tonight and bring them in the morning. We'd really appreciate it. The students know that they can't leave until we're completely cleaned up. So that's a team responsibility. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful Merry Christmas.
Well, and let's give a really big round of applause to the students in this Israel training. Long way, come up this way, gather some goodies, and then you may take off and help us with some of these props, please. Thank you.